I'm here with Brian Bronson today to do our Meet the QR staff member. So Brian, I understand that you were born and raised in this area.
Sure, I was born in Latrobe. I grew up in Greensburg, Latrobe area.
Okay.
My parents were teachers. My mother taught at Latrobe High School. My father worked with special education with the Westmoreland Intermediate Unit. And our family's been in Westmoreland County for over 100 years, I would say. So we are the epitome of a local family.
Okay. And kids, married?
Married. My wife, Liznellia, works at the Veterans Hospital. She's a nurse. We have 3 children. They all start with the letter B, and more specifically B and then the letter R. So we have Braden, who's our oldest at 13, Brody, who's 11, and Brooklyn, who is 4 years of age.
So is the BR trend like a family tradition, or where does that come from?
It is entirely happenstance.
Really?
The first child was named similar to myself. He was named Braden Podrick instead of Brian Patrick. And then the second child, Brody, came along. I don't think he had a name for 4 days while we were in the hospital. But on the 5th day, we were able to name him after a failed NFL quarterback, Brady Quinn. So that worked out very well. And then Brooklyn, that one I guess did kind of ride. You know, at that point, we had started a tradition, so we kind of just rolled with it.
Sure.
And Brooklyn Bronson sounded like a great name, so
Yeah.
that's what we did.
And so I understand you played football in college, right?
I did. I played 4 years at Bucknell. I played defensive line. On a pretty successful football team. We at that point, Bucknell has had a history of some good teams in the past, but also some fairly inconsistent football, and we were one of the winningest classes in Bucknell history.
So give me favorite football moment for you.
Favorite football moment? Well, my sophomore year, we were playing against Colgate in the league championship game, and this was just after the tiebreaker system was involved, where you could actually keep playing. The games didn't end in ties. So we had scored a touchdown and we kicked a field goal. Colgate immediately scored a touchdown and went for 2 points. And I was in on the play. And although I like to make myself closer to the quarterback during this play than I actually was, it was fairly close. Brandon Little, another of our players from Pittsburgh, knocked down the 2-point conversion attempt, and we won the league championship, and that was in 1996. That was Bucknell's last league championship.
Wow.
And I believe the only championship before that was when they won the Lambert Cup in the 60s. So,
And that's the Patriot League.
that is the Patriot League.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. So, Brian, tell me about your long-term disability work. You know, what are the typical cases that you see, and what's, you know, if I come to you and I say, look, I've been denied long-term disability, what's the first piece of advice you give to me?
The first piece of advice I would give to you is you got to get the documentation. There's so much variability in long-term disability. One person can have a policy that says X, Y, and Z. Another person can have a policy which says just the opposite of what their policy said. So you need to get your paperwork in order as soon as possible. That's the most important thing. And I'll meet with a lot of people that'll come in and they're very emotional at the time. They've been denied. And believe me, I'd be emotional too if my income was cut off like this was happening. And you don't know where your next bill is going to get paid. You don't know if you're going to be able to pay your mortgage or your car. You don't know where you're going. But you know, you have to take a moment, sit down and say, okay, I need to get my ducks in order. I need to get the proper documentation. I need to get a copy of the long-term disability policy from work. I need to get the file from the insurance company. I need to get things in writing so that I can then go to a lawyer and have a fruitful discussion. And believe me, we've represented people in their deepest, darkest moments in terms of these denials and their financial situations. And I think we do a wonderful job in helping them realize that this is not the end. This is just the beginning of obtaining some benefits and to help them out of their situation.
So let's get back to the personal stuff. I like the idea of a speed round. So, last meal, what are you having?
The last meal ever?
Last meal ever. This is your one chance.
Good question. I like Gianelli's chicken tenders with their sweet and hot sauce. They're fantastic. Okay. Probably the best sweet and hot sauce in Westmoreland County.
That's it? Last meal?
Yeah, it's good
Side
stuff.
of fries, drink?
No, just the sweet and hot sauce. And of course, a little ketchup on top. I know that sounds a double saucing, but that's the kind of guy I am.
Okay. So. All right. Favorite football player?
Favorite football player? I was a big Notre Dame fan when I was younger, and Rocket Ismail has always been my favorite football player of all time. So
Okay. Are you a Notre Dame fan now?
still,
Yeah. Okay. Favorite movie?
still the original Star Wars: New Hope. Even though I don't like what happened after that, but that's still my favorite movie.
Okay. And let's go favorite musical band.
Favorite musical band. See, that's the problem. I don't have. I mean, I listen to music. I'm one of those people that don't know the lyrics to any songs, so it's tough to pick a favorite musical band. I'm just gonna go with the Beatles because they're a nice standard. So,
Okay. Great. Thank you.
thank you.